Hey everyone, Saz here from Meeples and Dragons. Welcome back to Game 2 of Day 6 of Jasper's Game Week Aussie Edition, raising money for Jasper's Game Day and Beyond Blue. For those of us who weren't here for the absolute chaos that was the first game of the day, we hit our $7,000 stretch goal during that game. I have very few words left to express just how happy and excited and grateful I am that we have managed to get to that point. So I'm going to stop because I'm going to make a fool of myself. So I'm not going to set a new goal for you all, but we are still going to do chat giveaways for every $250 that's added to the donations bar. So the next giveaway will be at $7,250. Please keep an eye out in chat for those and get on the Tiltify and see how you can donate to impact this game. The giveaway for this game today is an Archiforge Toolkit code and D&D Beyond Adventure Bundle, and that's pretty damn good for the DMs out there. Now we've gotten through all of that, I'm going to hand you over to your Dungeon Master for today, the lovely Shu.
Right. We begin.
Yes.
Right. Welcome. This is the last game in Jasper's Game Week Australia Edition.
Second last.
Second last. Oh my goodness, I've forgotten my math. You see, this is what D&D does to you. It makes you
bad at math. Yes.
Very bad.
Makes you really bad at math.
It's going down the Powered by the Apocalypse way. It's become a narrative game as opposed to a crunchy role-play game. But anyway, that aside, we are here to roll dice and role-play. For this is Dungeons and Dragons, and tonight I will be your DM. My name is Shu, also known as the I of Qing, and I am an Australian DM based in Brisbane. Tonight we also have 6 gallant adventurers with us, and let's kick it off with Baron Snow.
Hello, good morning from not quite so sunny London, grey and normal. I'm Nick, more commonly known as Baron Snowhand, member of the Band of Badgers you'll find on RPG Badgers, and I am an agent of chaos.
All right, thank you very much, Baron. We've got next, Vera.
Hi, I'm Madeline. I am from Canberra in Australia. I play with Raging Rolls, and we do stream on Twitch. You can find us on all manner of social. This is my first Jaspers, and I'm really happy to be here, and thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Madeline. Now we have Chris.
Hello, I'm Chris. Yeah, can't really say much more than that. Lovely to be here. Sorry about everything. Bye.
What kind of an introduction is that? Anyway, that aside, thank you for being here. We have Kate.
Hi guys, I'm Kate. I'm back again for a second game in Jasper's Game Week Aussie Edition this year. I'm part of the team behind the podcast Dungeons and Doctorates. You can find us all over social media at DN Doctorates. And I'm just looking forward to doing something different today compared to our last game. But I'm sure it'll go just as off the rails.
Indeed, question mark. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much. Beccs, you're next.
Today, I'm Beccs. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me everywhere online as Beck Boops, geeking out about as much D&D as I can consume, pretty much.
Thanks for joining the table right now. And last but not the least, we have Trent.
Otherwise known as NVCDM. Hi, everybody. I'm NVCDM. You might remember me from such Dungeons and Dragons games as the previous one, except I was sitting where Shu is now. I also am an agent of chaos, and I apologize in advance for everything that happens after this. You can find me on Twitter at that NVCDM. Back to you.
Great. So thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. today, wherever you are in the world. We are doing this, of course, for charity and in support of people who need it most. Your support for this game will go towards helping people with mental health concerns and anything else that present themselves alongside mental health concerns such as suicide and self-harm. But for now, let us begin, and we will be playing an adventure I've written for Dungeons & Dragons Adventurers League, The Solitude of Souls, which I've adapted specifically for this run in Jasper's Game Week. But for now, our band of stalwart adventurers have arrived in a small village known as Farhan's Rock. And they've been called here by their respective contacts, perhaps even their handlers or friends or patrons or benefactors to deal with an issue. And so here they are, and they now meet each other and can introduce each other in person to this woman who greets them and shall be giving the main quest. Take it away with introductions in character. We shall begin with, in reverse order, Trent.
Hello, I'm Trent, and I am a turtle fighter. You see, Trent has this kind of grey reptilian skin, and he's got a large shell on his back. He carries a large shield, and with which to defend his companions. Hopefully not from certain death, but probably from something pretty close.
Very nice, Trent. Next up, we have Belby.
Hi, I'm Belby Shamil Tanya Waywacket. You can call me Belby. I am a forest gnome and a sun soul monk, so I wear a lot of green and gold colors and always have my quarterstaff.
Thank you very much. And then we have Ida.
Ida is she's a protector Asmar cleric, standing rather tall and looking just generally rather bemused at the collection of people that she's set to be meeting up with, as she wasn't quite expecting this odd assortment of not so vertically endowed individuals.
Ooh, throwing shade on your comrades already.
Who are you calling endowed?
But in rides a person of curious heritage. Thamfrey.
Themri is a very large, I was going to say centaur. No, that was another game. Ignore me. I know what I'm playing honestly in this game.
Blows into one, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Shut up, you. You're supposed to be helping. Centaur. I knew exactly what I was playing. Centaur Paladin. Clearly a paladin of carrying a shield, plate mail, and a large sword with multiple quests written across his face as he looks around for dealing out law and order wherever he can and however he can.
Very well. Nice to have you here. And now we have perhaps the international woman of mystery, Vera.
Vera is... She's not short, but she's a half-elf, so she would be of, the average size. She's swathed in this dark black cloak that has kind of reverse scalloped edges, which she keeps, it like envelops her body. But below that, you can see that she's wearing light fabric in a sort of dusty grey kind of colour. As she looks around and surveys all of you, she sort of eyes you suspiciously. And nervously kind of looks around and goes, there's dark things here. Should all be careful.
Indeed, dark things are taking place because we have a surge. And of course, everyone develops little pustules on their skin. Ouch, that's 2 necrotic damage, everyone. Unfortunately, you've caused a disease for some reason.
See, I told you so.
What the hell was this?
Yeah, that's horrible because now, unfortunately, Hadil has to scratch a pimple and present themselves in an interesting manner.
Oh, where do all these come from? So, you're looking at a deal. I am not short. You're looking at a glorious dragonborn. Gold, beautiful, stunning, 7 foot. And he knows it. Man about town, gentleman, shall we say, collector of things? Fan of explosives.
All right. Thank you very much for your introductions. For your task giver, the person you have been asked to meet is none other than a woman who leads or is in charge of this place. Her name is Zurin, and she is the village head of this village that you are in. And she tells you, we've got a missing little girl, and she's been gone for a couple of weeks now. I'd like you to look for her, please, because we are all very fond of her. And she hands you a sketch, and this girl has black hair. She's short. She's got, a red headscarf, and she wears a loose brown tunic. She appears to be about 10 years of age.
I would like to ask, why hasn't anyone tried to look for her sooner?
She says, we've tried to look for her, but we could not find her anywhere. The last time we saw her, she was at home hanging out the laundry next to the kitchen window. And since then, she's disappeared. We cannot find tracks of her anywhere.
And what was the girl's name?
Her name, says the village head, is Rohini, and I shall type this down in a Roll20 chat for a reference. She says, please, can you look for her? I'll give you money. I'll give you all we can spare. We are, after all, a poor village. We don't have much to offer, but we are willing to pool all our funds to pay for tracking her and finding her and making sure she comes back safe.
Is this the only child to have disappeared?
Yes.
Dark forces are at work here.
Someone's stolen a kid. Nah, not having this, mate. Right. We'll find out who did it, and we'll make them, what's the word? Die horribly screaming. Yeah, that works.
It's all very mysterious how it's happened, but I'll take you to where she was last seen. And she took you to, and I'm just going to move all your characters together so it's easier to navigate them. Takes you home to Rohini's little cottage where she was last seen.
Okay, we should probably go and investigate.
Right. This is what she looks like. This is what your quest giver looks like. This is Zurin, and she brings you into this cottage where it looks like no one's been in here for a bit. It looks very unkempt. You see a little stove in the corner over here with possibly what remains to be cold soup or cold herbal tea. And you see an unkempt bed and an occupied bed with a woman lying comatose in it. And Zurin says, oh, don't worry about her. She is Rohini's mother. She's been sick and ill for a very, very long time. And in fact, besides, she isn't even Rohini's real mother. She's Rohini's adopted mother. But we've tried healing her, and to no avail. She just doesn't seem to recover, and Rohini wants to heal her, but no one's able to help her. We've given up on healing this woman.
Ida is going to move over to the woman and just like to sort of check to see if there's anything obviously wrong with her, why she might not be in the best health, what might be going on.
Would you like to roll medicine?
And That is a 13.
Mm-hmm. And you look at her and you think, this is not any recognizable illness. Yes, she appears to be dying, but you don't think it's from a natural cause. You're not even sure if it's a disease.
Has anyone else around these parts had an illness like this lady?
No, says Zurin, and she says, this lady, her name is Gia, and it's strange how she fell sick. She fell sick mysteriously just one day after she had an argument with Rohini about not being able to afford to send her to Candlekeep for her education. And of course, Rohini is very sad that all this has happened. Guilt-ridden, perhaps, although I don't blame her. She has nothing to do with this. But she did say that she's been looking around, looking for a cure for her mother, Gia, but we tried everything and we couldn't heal her. Until she found word of, or rumor actually, about a mysterious healer who was here 20 years ago and then disappeared.
A tailor?
A healer. So
sorry, I misheard you. I was looking at this soupy stuff, which I am having a very good look at as a master of poisons.
You got some blast powder in your ear.
So,
always.
Hadil, you look at the stove and you look at what's inside the pot and you realize that that's a kind of medicinal tea that has about 10 uses worth of a potion of healing in it. So you may pocket that if you wish.
Well, as the expression goes, yoink.
Sorry, go on.
Just look after this for everybody. You're going to need it.
As this is going on, I move over to Thampri, who I've taken a shine to because we both probably the strangest of this bunch. Thampri, you look like you have some divine knowledge about you. Do you think this affliction could be some sort of divine curse?
Of course it's a divine curse, my boy, of course. I nearly said I'm no horse. But no, it's of course it's a divine curse.
You're somewhat of a horse.
Oh, well, horses are, some say. But dear boy, I think we'll find that there is evil afoot. These pustules that have appeared on the faces here, I sense the work of the darkness and dark arts. We need to seek out this small child and return her to this hovel. But we will do it for no pay, obviously.
I would like some pay.
Well, my church provides everything I need, and then I take from the dead, especially the ones we vanquish of evil, for these other parts of the road. But looking around this party, I see many different faces and many different reasons. Perhaps we should ask them, he says in a loud voice that's carrying to the entire room at this point in time. We should ask them what they want
internal monologue.
So you're a grave robber then?
I give to the grave is what you're looking for, dear boy. I give to the grave.
You steal from the dead.
A grave.
That's a grave robber to me, mate. I know a few over the years.
Might be a grave reappropriator. It's kind of like all in how you frame it.
What Vera says.
Ooh, wealth reappropriator. I like the sound of that.
Because they don't really need it anymore. I had a question, if you wouldn't mind. You said that Gia was adopted. Do you know where she was adopted from?
So Gia is the mother, and
Rohini.
Yep. So
Rohini. Sorry, my bad.
So Zurin will tell you, it is an interesting story. 10 years ago, Gia heard the sound of a crying baby close to an abandoned cottage. She went there and she found this baby, and apparently she had a vision that told her to atone for her sins, and she took this little girl in and raised her as own. And that was how she became Rohini's mother.
And she hasn't been like doing any sinning recently? I mean, like the curse could have been some kind of sinfliction.
The village head, Zurian, kind of looks a little concerned at this stage, and then you see a blush of embarrassment come across her face, and she goes, "Now, this might be a wild guess, but 20 years ago, there was a woman who people say could heal almost any affliction whatsoever. But this woman was so hideous to look upon that people shunned and shamed her. Gia was one of her patients, and they had a huge misunderstanding, which resulted in a witch trial. This woman was driven away. Perhaps that was what she was atoning for in looking after this strange girl who was found in the middle of some abandoned garden.
Maybe we could see if she
baby. She took this baby and she gave her the love and care that any mother would.
You know where this garden was? You hear Ida speaking up from a distance.
Where did she steal the baby from?
That place has since been razed to the ground. It's no longer in existence. It's been turned into farmland.
I mean, you could steal a baby from anywhere. People just leave them lying around in prams.
Now that you've mentioned it, said the village head, she says, it's strange because Gia told me that she found this baby crawling around the remnants of a large broken egg. So there were eggshells. And that was how she found the baby. She reckoned that baby could have hatched out an egg, which was really strange.
So the egg was baby size.
That's what Gia told me, yes.
Wonder, like, if she's the kind of lady to keep diaries. Maybe we should look through her stuff.
And Zurin says, well, of course, you can look through, and I have to go now because I have things to deal with at Town Hall, but you know where to look for me. Town Hall is the biggest building in the center of the village, but I have to go now, and Godspeed, adventurers. May you find the little girl quickly. And she leaves. So you're free to search around and rifle through everything in this place.
Oh, I'm so gonna rifle.
Well,
might be some dark, juicy
I
secrets.
Have been rifling.
I'm just going to stand here because I'm quite large. So you do your thing, and I'll be watching. And I'll look around the room. Vampire will look around the room and see if there's anything obviously evil or, negative to the church.
Stop horsing around.
Hey.
Okay, I am gonna see if there's anything that might look like a diary and go over and read through it and then haphazardly kind of put them around when I'm not very neatly. I'm not taking much care. Okay.
You rifle through what appears to be something like a little dresser, a chest of drawers, and inside you find a potion of greater healing.
This is an omen.
This is a bad omen.
In my pocket.
And you also find a little diary written by, none other than perhaps a child's hand, because the handwriting is childlike. And
right.
The diary essentially contains all these things about, what this little girl's been up to, including all the things she's made, which appears to be, really small, teeny, tiny magic items. So it looks like this girl has a talent for making some kind of tiny magic things.
Think the girl is cursed?
Only one way to find that out. That's to find her.
Yes. She's probably a danger to herself and others.
Now, Belby, as you look around, you notice that on the unoccupied bed, there is a ragdoll.
Ooh. Do we want to take her doll? Do we think that might lead her to people? Or lead us to her?
Is there anything ominous about the doll? Can we investigate?
Sure.
Does it look like a nun? They're very ominous.
I was thinking maybe like on the voodoo doll kind of thing. My character is convinced that she's like super demonic, but like I got a 7, so it's a doll. Like
You hover close to this doll and you pick it up and you look at it and you go, it is what you expect it to be. It is a representation of someone old and gnarly. And strangely enough, it seems to have tear stains down the cheeks where its button eyes are sewn into, and also smears of something that looks like blood across the torso.
I'm gonna take it to the cleric because the doll is cursed, or it's really sad, and maybe it needs some help. So I'm gonna give it to you.
Cool. Can I look it over before I start doing anything remotely magic towards it? Can I have a good solid look at this thing and see if what vibes I get off of it from
Do a mundane type investigation.
My mundane type investigation before my fancy pants type investigation.
Yeah, so this doll.
What would you like for that? Because there's a few options you could take for what kind of role you want.
Of course, and you know what? You can. I'm just looking at a few things on my end because I've got a few notifications. But okay, as you do that, suddenly a surge of bad juju, forces up your arms.
Cool.
And it is a surge of wild magic, and you gain 20 temporary hit points as something flows through you. You go, oh my goodness, I've been blessed by the divine.
Thank the cleric. Great, got it. Thank you.
Maybe the doll isn't evil at all.
The doll is not evil after all. The doll is full of positive energy. Makes me just that
really sad positive energy.
Really sad positivity. It's so sadly optimistic.
It's like listening to The Cure.
Is that you cry, and every time you cry, you just heal. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
Catharsis.
Is there a tiny god trapped in a doll?
But due to some generous person by the name of Medley Rose, you have been granted favor from a wild-faced spirit wandering nearby. So each of you have 2 advantage rolls. Account that.
Nice.
Right.
We're so gonna need those by the sounds of where this is going.
Yeah.
Like, enemies just
boy.
like, we're burned.
Oh my, so many healing potions.
Yeah, so you have to look when the DM's like, here, have some healing.
It's like in video games when you have all the stuff before the boss fight. Like,
Yeah.
Cool.
Right.
Do I need to roll DM for looking at that doll in a perfectly mundane, non-magically kind of way?
You don't have to if you're looking at a Monday way, because you realize that the sketch you were given resembles this. The facial expression and the facial features kind of like resembles this doll you're holding, but this doll appears to carry the visage of an old woman as opposed to a young child. So you kind of like find the resemblance kind of uncanny.
I'm gonna like toss the doll back to Vera. You know, like I don't like it. It's both a little girl and a little old lady at the same time, and that's not. She looks around knowing full well what she's about to say. It's not normal.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the doll. Little girls have dolls. That's fine. Like it's sad. It's got blood on it, which is not what you really expect, but
Sometimes they have action figures.
Now, Ida, did you toss it back violently to Vera?
More of like a blah, blah. Not a like
defensively.
Not a like I'm gonna yeet this at your head. Just more of a like, no, thank you.
I don't want this
no,
man.
no.
Potato.
Thank you, small child, for the disgusting tissue. You can have it back now. Thank you.
And as you flick this ragdoll unceremoniously over to Vera, you see something like tears falling down the cheeks of this doll.
Oh, she didn't like that.
But wait, something happens. As a result of that, all of you are whisked away to a strange place.
Someone said not normal.
You have angered the tiny god. What have you done?
No, it's okay. I've got my own god to manage as well. It's fine. Fine. Everything's fine.
I think if they see fit
Can't
to
trust
take us
any
back,
god.
if they see fit to take us back to where we were, maybe we should worship them as our god.
But as
Tiny,
you
scary
traverse the
lady.
void of
Burning your
nothingness,
ways.
I mean, I could just do that. Like, I could just take us back to the room. Why? But I could.
you traverse the void of nothingness and something screams inside your head. But you are strong, sturdy adventurers, and you defend your inner self against this strange psychic scream inside of you. But unfortunately, Haddle, something happens as it surges through you, and you age. Oh dear, roll a d10.
Put those away. I don't need those today. Where are they?
Oh no, sorry, it's not Ida, it's Hatfield.
Oh. All of a sudden, everything is. Oh, okay. 1d10. It's a 3.
Yes, you grow younger by 3 years. You feel a tad more.
Naive.
Perhaps you do feel somewhat immature at this stage. You think, getting old sucks, really.
I'm immature anyway, that's fine. But as I've obviously gotten a little bit younger and obviously more beautiful, these pimples are obviously sodded off as well. So I'm looking stunning again. Back to my gorgeous self. Wow, I feel great. Oh, I feel 3 years younger. Blinding.
You did get a little shinier, yeah.
I'm always shiny.
Give you some blotting paper. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Good cleanser. Yeah.
What do you mean? The pimples are gone. Look at me. I'm gorgeous again.
But yes, so here you are. You are in a strange place. Towering mesas and low hills lie north, south, and west. And just right to the southeast of you, you see something that looks like a rocky formation with perhaps the entrance to a cave. And also before you, something that resembles a deep canyon, but riched with large rocky outcrops that look a lot like teeth. Giant teeth.
Right. Well, whoever goes on scouts, off you go and scouts. I'll be standing here ready to aid you when you get into trouble. So, chuff chuff. Scout. Creepy.
Sure.
Yeah, I can do it. There's anything.
You could technically bring someone with you really easily for a scout if you just let them. Is that not appropriate?
I'm little enough to go on you.
I will go with it.
I'm happy to assist you bipedal types. It's with the heavy armor, the clanking, and my singing to my god, it tends to give away our position somewhat. So I thought it might be a little easier, if you went ahead. But don't worry about
if you tried harder, you could complain less.
I don't think so.
You could also just not sing.
The Lord must hear my voice.
Thing. That's all right. Well, you just wait there, Squire, and we'll do all the work. No worries.
That seems fine to me. Off you go, Dragonborn.
Ida's just gonna whisper down to Belby. I could make it. It's quiet. A long time. It requires a small amount of focus. What do we not? Do we leave him here?
Good King Wenceslas last went out.
And as you start singing to your divine benefactor, you see something crawling up the very edges of these rock-like teeth.
Oh, must stop the
that
song.
gave away.
Time to murder something
gave us
in the
away.
name of our god. And draw a sword.
It walks to you, crawls towards you, and you see that it trails long black hair covering its face and its torso. These strands of hair slither off in its wake, and they split. These strands, they congeal and they become two different beasties flanking this beastie that comes towards you. They shamble towards you, looking at you with a degree of apprehension and suspicion.
I don't like the look of them.
I call out intrepidation.
Right, murdering time.
No, just wait. They're looking at us like they're just before the murdering, just maybe talk to them first. No, not everything that's dark is bad.
So-
Just because it looks like we're in a waking nightmare doesn't mean that,
Don't like it. Don't like it. Fix
it's
it,
a
Ida.
nightmare.
Ida, fix
So
it.
say hello, then stab it.
If you want to
Okay,
do Ida-
I can do that.
Ida
Just delay the stab.
Ida just steps forward and looking at them. Look, basically, DM, she's trying to make a decision about whether she speaks in Abyssal or in Infernal, and it's entirely just dependent on what she thinks that they would look like. And because I've only got token-sized things, I don't know what they look like. So,
Yes, so I shall show you that. The first beastie looks like this. It moans and howls at you with an indistinct but confused face, as if it looks lost, but it wonders who you are, what you are, because it hasn't seen the likes of you before. It doesn't know what you're doing here, why you're here. And its companions, both of them appear to be strange beings made of thick hair, and they are filled with a negative energy, something that reeks of suspicion and perhaps also a kind of anxiety as they quiver towards you, and they ready an action, wondering if you might respond in hostile manner or otherwise.
Are they within 60 foot by now?
They are very close to you, yes, so they're within, they're even within 30 feet of you.
Thampi would just like to gently place his shield arm onto his chest and cast Divine Sense. Are they undead, fail, or anything basically evil?
Now, you get the sense that the things made of hair are undead.
Thampi casts an eye at the group and says, well, look, they were once alive, now they're dead, and now they're going to be dead again. So get the conversation started, or we'll start something else. And looks at Vera and kind of throws his mane.
Gosh, this is so much pressure. Okay, I'll be like, hi, we don't know why we're here, but we didn't really want to kill you initially. I mean, they kind of did, but I didn't really want to kill you initially. I was just, wondering where we are and who you guys are, and why can't we be friends?
At the word friends, something changes in their facial expressions. This one in front in particular seems to have dropped its jaw as if gaping at the very word, as if in disbelief.
I really hope that means you don't want to eat me. Just wobble the jaw if you're not gonna eat me.
I'm sure she meant to say fiends.
You're all right there, buddy. You look like you're a little bit shocked. Can we help you? Are you okay? What's up? Fancy a cup of tea?
It listens to your questions, and it's surprised at the concern coming out of your voice and the friendliness in your tone. It looks around. It looks at both its companions, and it creeps back towards the abyss, crawling over the teeth before it leaps off into the darkness, and you see it floating just a tad before it disappears into a thick cloud of inky darkness.
If you don't like tea, I
then.
could have got you coffee.
His
I mean,
companions
okay, so that works.
stand
Works for
here
more.
looking at you.
Blimey. Doesn't
I
like
mean-
tea then.
If you're still making some, I'll have it.
Yeah, it is a bit cold. It's stuff I borrowed from that house we were in.
Oh, I'll have some too.
There you go, handing out a couple of these healing potions.
See, that was
herbal
taken
tea.
from the living, so that's actually theft. Where what I do is I take it from the dead, which is recovery of items. So
To be fair,
just pointing out the moral.
she did
point
look
of
like
view.
she was mostly dead.
There's a
Well-
term I've come across, and it's called grave robbing. Have you heard of it?
Show me the grave, and we'll discuss it.
Oh, I wasn't making a proposition.
I have to admit, it is generally easier to procure items from a person when they are ex-living, can we say?
Well, look,
But it's not as much
get
fun.
into this conversation, but I didn't
Yeah.
take theology at school. Oh no, I did. Apparently, I did. So there we go. That's good. But there's these things in front of us. Ida, could
Oh, yeah,
you
sorry.
just use the words and make them either go away, or I'll give them a haircut.
You'd like me to hit them?
I mean, they're not
I mean, I've read it.
anything as it stands. I mean, what would happen if we say we're to just wander past them and ignore them and pretend they don't exist and let them continue living their lives?
Well,
Wander which way? Towards the hole? Towards the birth?
allow me to address these.
Oh god, that doesn't
Yeah.
sound like a good
Oh
idea.
no, we're gonna let him negotiate.
Thanks for not murdering
I-
us, guys. We're just gonna go
Gonna-
over here and find someone. We're lost, she's lost, everyone's lost. It was
Yeah.
really nice to meet you.
I
Wretches
apologise for the singing
of
you're about
the
to be
abyss.
insured
Oh
to.
god, no, don't do that.
We come to you in peace and open arms. As long as you behave yourselves. Now, can any of you understand me? Or do I need to speak slowly?
Well, that's not patronizing at all. Really?
Oh, given your patronizing tone, would you like to roll persuasion?
Not really, no.
Bear in mind, though, you may re-roll and with advantage.
That's a 13 normally. Did you say I roll at advantage?
You have
Okay.
two advantages and one
No, I'm
reroll.
not doing those. Chuff. Over here. Get out. 13. Wonderful DM.
Right, and 13.
Yes.
One of them looks at you and just shakes their head, flicks you the finger, and disappears.
So that's one less foe in the field. The rest of you, are you going to acquiesce? And that means do what we say and take us to wherever this small girl has gone, since you're obviously her captors.
Now, this creature up here, it
vote we don't
suddenly
let him in
comes
charge.
to. It seems more alert now towards the fact that you mentioned this girl, and it kind of like puts a hand out, and it points you towards the cave. The cave in this direction. So I shall show you where
The
it
cave
is.
that we're all into and leaving was there.
As we were just all casually walking away from the
Yeah,
conversation.
We're
As
not
we-
with. We're not with.
As we were walking, I leaned down and I asked Belby, what does acquiesce mean?
I'm not the one to ask. I'm not quite
So-
sure.
Sometimes I think Lepre uses words that just sound good but don't mean anything.
Oh, 100% with that. 100%. That's definitely what they do. But I'm not the one. Maybe Vera might know?
Vera, what does acquiesce mean?
It means he's full of shit.
Oh, I thought so. Hey, Tampri, acquiesce.
Yes, dear boy. Yes, dear boy. if you can just aqueduct off, that'd be marvelous. Oh, where have you all gone? Right, good work. You're going in the right direction. Thank you, mindless creatures, which are very rude and unpleasant. We will go and save the small girl. So, choff choff. We'll be back later. Be good.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you, small
help.
goth
You
kid.
were really nice in not murdering us.
It takes offense
Unless-
at that, Famfrey, so it's going to scream at you with a whisper of madness. Make a wisdom save.
Sure, that's bound to be easy.
It's gonna be.
I might use a reroll, just think about it. It's just like-
Oh, really?
I don't know. It just feels like it's a good time to use it. And thanks, Angela. And that one's a 27. I'm quite comfortable in my pomposity.
Oh, you brush it off like Teflon and you do you and you head off, all of you, towards this little cave. And you also notice that it starts raining and the rain is dropping heavily.
Is the rain like water? Or is it some kind of weird
Acid.
abyssal rain? Yeah, exactly. Is it-
Would you like to stick your tongue out and go, eh?
No.
I absolutely would not. But thank you for the offer.
I could make him stick his tongue out if you want.
Oh.
Squeeze.
But for those of you who inadvertently and accidentally taste the rain, it tastes salty as if it's someone's tears.
Oh, everyone's
Reminds me of
crying.
Yep, rain shouldn't taste like that.
Salty tears, salty doll. Maybe there's a salty story
Salty
to go along with it.
attitude. It's fine.
We've already got the salty attitude with the pompous git over there,
Shall we continue to the cave and hope that the entrance is so
Yeah.
small that a centaur cannot fit inside?
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's where Thefry spends the rest of the adventure.
But a dragonborn crawling on his hands and knees can slide in long. All good.
I'll
Let's
be
do
right
this.
back here.
Right.
Yeah. Right back there.
In the subplot.
You enter the cave then, and I shall see if I can move all of you into the cave so that you don't have to shoot tokens. Let's put it all in here. Great. It's a little squishy, but everyone can fit in. There you go.
Done.
But
Oh no.
it is quite dark in there, and unless you have dark vision, it's hard to see. In
I can see. I can see.
do. Yes, no, I can see. Yeah.
Dark vision, you say.
Yes.
I don't have dark vision, but I do get blind sight to 10 feet.
It is enough because you see before you, next to your feet, a small piece of torn fabric, and it is the same color as what the little girl was wearing.
A clue. What does it
She
mean?
went this. So a little girl went this way then. Right, let's find her and
Can I, please, using the fabric and knowing that it's going to come from what the girl is wearing, given I've seen the fabric up close, can I cast Locate Object to find
the rest of the garment?
rest of the garment?
Indeed, you can.
It's much smarter than what I would have done.
And you do. While you then realize that torture humming as Ida hums and chants, and soon enough your spell tells you that this little girl's headscarf, which this piece of fabric comes from, all the way down to the ground.
As in down, under our
Down,
feet, down.
down, down, down,
Mhm.
down, down,
Down.
Down, deeper and down, eh?
Down below the street.
We got
Yes,
it.
exactly like that.
Do you get a sense
I have a sinking feeling.
of what distance that would be?
I should do,
Just
because
look
it
at
could
object
be within
yeah.
1,000 feet, so I would know, like...
It's approximately, it's less than 500 feet away, so it's probably about, 300-ish?
And do you tell us?
I do tell you that piece of information, yes, because that
All
would be
right.
a very weird thing to not... be like, we're looking for a thing. Nah. Yes,
It's happened before. I just wanted to make sure.
I'm not... She's too good for that.
Right, we dig. And then Trent is going to start digging.
Maybe there might be a path. I don't think the little girl would have dug all the way down. She probably didn't come with a shovel.
Back up.
Come on, Thamprey. This is your expertise.
Sorry, I was busy humming. Did you have something to say, dear boy?
Yes, there's a grave here. You should probably rob. The girl is down here.
That's not what I said. I said she's 300-ish feet down. I didn't say she was dead and buried in a grave and like with the biggest death stare.
You don't know that's not true.
He doesn't know that.
But I don't know that is the case, and graves are typically not that deep anyway. So,
Well, as Thamprey, I would say to Trent, pull your head in.
I pull my head into my shell.
Is it any brighter or darker in there? Because your intellect clearly isn't bringing any illuminations.
It's actually wonderful because inside my shell is insulated from hearing his voice. So I'm like, oh, this is. You hear like this like distant echo from inside the shell. Oh, this is actually better.
Ida's just going to walk over and tap on the shell like she's knocking on a door.
Who is it?
We have a quest to rescue this small child, so let us not tarry here and go forth.
Though I am to agree with Thamprey, Trent, we have things to do that are not hiding in our shells. Time to put your neck out and have a go, and participate, be part of the adventure.
Okay. Like, it comes back out. We're not digging?
Don't think so.
Okay.
No, I'm sure there's a path. And Belby will just look forward. Path?
You walk forward, Belby. You walk forward and you put your arms out in front of you, to the side of you. You touch
Very small ones.
hard rock walls until you come to where the wall meets something rubbery, leathery almost. And as soon as you touch it, this flap before you, leathery as it is, pulls up, and you see a gigantic eyeball staring at you.
What the hell are you looking
in
at?
front of me.
It looks at you and it blinks.
It's rude
Its
to stare.
eyes follow you, all of you, as it sees you.
Aye.
Is my good side? Hey,
Is it just the one eye, or are there two?
One eye, and because you
Dang.
poked it accidentally, something happens. Another surge of magic rushes through the air, and you are confused, Belby.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry, not Belby. You're confused, Thamprey, because you turn your head around, you look at it, you go, what the heck is this?
I'm not sure that's any different from Thamprey.
Business as usual.
Yes.
we noticed no difference whatsoever in Thamprey.
I just start humming jazz instead.
That's not humming, darling. That's literal singing.
But it's also affecting
I'm confused.
Trent, and at the same time, something happens to you. Your tail, your ponytail or horsetail turns into the end of a broomstick.
Oh dear.
It's not nice and Pantene Pro-Vid anymore, but it is just, yeah.
It seems like a clean sweep.
It's just a few
Please.
sprigs of,
Look, just
whatever
brush it
these certain fibers made of that you turn
Just brush
into
it off. It'll be
a
fine.
brush.
Well, we can clean as we go. Be fine.
Try to
Multitasking.
compare it to Thampri's tail. Who wore it better?
But yes, this place is just weird. But the eye looks at you. You think it's a relatively annoyed eye because it's staring at you and it's staring at you with some, focused intent.
Eyeball. What are we? Should we? Hi. Or just an eye. You don't have a mouth. Probably can't talk. I don't talk to people, guys. I only just hitting with my stick or my fists. I don't really want to hit an eye. That feels like a cheap shot.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Wibbly Eye. Right. Blink once for yes, 2 for no. Have you seen a little girl going past here?
It blinks once.
Thank you.
Can
did she
we
look
ask you
happy
if-
and smiley, or did she look very sad? Was she like boo-hoo or yay? Happy, sad.
It
Happy,
once-
yes. Sad, no.
Think once for yes, twice for no.
It blinks. Not once, but twice.
Okay, she came this way. She's sad.
Was she alone?
Thank you.
No, was she alone?
Oh, was she on her own?
It looks at you and it blinks once.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Okay,
she's on her own and she's lost. Thank you very much. Finally, would you like some kind of eye
Drops or something?
lotion? Because you're looking a little bit sore.
It blinks once.
Well, I've collected a little bit of this salty rain that we had earlier on. It's effectively a saline solution. So give him a
Yes.
nice splits for the eye and make him feel better. There you go, mate. Sploosh. Little bit of light and salted water. Make you feel bright as rain.
Oh, and you see the pupil dilates as if it's starting to, lose its focus on you, and something feels as if the whole sense of gloom and doom and nausea around you seems to reduce somewhat as you feel a little bit of relief washing over you. The eye blinks a few times as if letting the saline solution wash through, and then it seems to wriggle. It
That's
pushes,
definitely a happy wiggle.
it pushes aside some of its ocular muscles, and you see that it's made a little crawl space behind it.
Oh, guys, stuff to dig in. Let's go this way. Thank you very much, Mr. Eye. Much appreciated.
The eyes have it.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Also, that right there is
I
disgusting.
can't believe any of you. I can't. And I just gonna go. It's like after just groaning in the punishing nature of all this to head through the gap.
Whatever you say, Ida.
Knew it was coming. I could see it. I knew it was coming. I knew it. I can see it. It's not.
I don't understand any of that.
You wouldn't.
That's because you're up there on your high horse.
But yes, so you move on through what appears to be a really dark tunnel. And this tunnel appears to be soft. The ground, the walls. As you put your hands outwards, feeling against the walls for stability, you notice that perhaps you're touching something that's flesh-like.
Oh.
Oh God, a flesh tunnel. That's not what I said.
You ever get the feeling that you're inside something absolutely ginormous?
And
Oh.
All the time.
you
And I retreat back into my shell.
Ida walks over and taps on the shell again as a reminder.
Hello? Who is it?
Adventure time.
Adventure time. Okay.
But you walk further on, and as you move on, you finally arrive in a somewhat different fleshy chamber that's right before you. you see a chamber built of red tissue. Large angry sores and ulcers dot the ground. Ahead of you, there is an opening, but it is blocked by the most ginormous tongue you've seen. The tongue seems to arch away from the sores and blisters.
Oh no.
Above you.
We need some vitamin C.
Yeah. But you do realize that there's a bit more light in here for the walls made of tissue all around you seem to have a kind of phosphorescence. It glows just a smidgen. And above you, you see uvulae, you know, those little pendulous things that hang from the top of your mouth.
Well, that's gross.
We are definitely going to need an ear, nose, and throat specialist.
I'm good with throats. Very, very good with throats.
I don't think slitting them's the thing that we need to be doing here.
I don't want to kind of get into the, humanistics of this, but this seems to be, a travel of some description, dear colleagues, let's call you. And we seem to be going through some sort of format. So this is disgusting and strange, but I sense we need to go forward. How much forward further, Ida? You are concentrating?
I am concentrating, so I still get to find out how far away we are from the...
Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
It was down. When she pointed out earlier it was down, we went forward down-ish. I don't think we went far enough down yet.
We have to go down. Prices it down.
Should we try the digging again?
I wouldn't necessarily try digging in here.
Well, if this looks like a mouth, is there some kind of throat? Maybe we could go down to the digestion level.
Well,
that's normally past the tongue, right?
I guess.
I don't think I could swallow that.
If any of you have ever had the experience of being inside something that is ginormous, this is kind of it. So let's not try and upset it.
Wonder how we got eaten, because we were in that room the whole time and then we weren't. We were stuck in there pretty good. I totally missed that.
Do you think it was the doll?
What if that whole house was a mimic?
So the doll ate us. We're inside the doll.
What if the house ate us when we went inside it?
Most benevolent and helpful dungeon master, can I make some sort of an insight check to determine if we're inside the doll?
You can make an insight check in relation to where you are right now, because of course there are living beings here, and you do see one of them flapping out in front of you, trying to avoid the blisters and ulcers because they do look painful.
Okay. Ooh, that might actually work. What do I get to add to my insight? +5. Okay, so that's going to be a 24.
Oh. Something tells you that you are inside living being, but this living being seems to be complex. You do not know if it is the doll as such. It could well be something that the doll may be a kind of gateway to. The doll could have been a gateway, but this is something completely different altogether. It might just be a living world for all you know. Because if you see teeth at the edge of a ridge, the sky crying tears, then surely this world's a living creature.
Given that I have an infernal background, I was just wondering if I could, if anything would look familiar to me, given that, I've been at one with the shadows for a period of time.
Something tells me that there are weird magics around, and perhaps this place may have been the creation of weird magic. A seed, perhaps, of someone's thought made real, turned flesh.
Ooh. I sidle up to Trent and I go, "Hey, Trent.
Hello.
Do you know much about this place? Because I have an inkling, and I thought we could workshop it before we present to the group, like a little project.
Oh, okay. Would you like to come inside the shell?
I would like that. Yeah.
Okay. Just straight through here, and Shred's like his head in. And you can, Sabira could put your head in there if you want to like do a quick meeting.
I poke my head over the top. So I think that somehow there's this curse that's going on, and that this, like, the little girl is cursed, right? And she had a thought about a story or something bad, and that's kind of where we are. We're inside her bad story.
I think I get something similar. It seems wherever we are, it appears to be alive. This is a living world, or some kind of, I don't know, we could be inside a giant creature, or maybe this world itself is just composed of flesh, but certainly cursed, whatever it is.
We're inside a giant cursed creature. Adil is never one to like secrets, so when you two have done that, he's literally come over and stuck his ear straight up against the wall and listened to everything. Told everybody in this room, the next one and everywhere else.
I just know how you want to like work things out before you like present things openly to a group.
Well, you having a little squirrely talk.
Yeah, Thampir's gone over to Elder and Bilby and gone, I'm a bit confused. Is Trent eating Vera or is Vera eating Trent? Do we kill first?
Hey, yeah, just pop out, and I think we're gonna like. Trent brings out this like a diagram that they've drawn. He's like, "Okay, we have a presentation we'd like to make." It's just got like a crude drawing of like a mouth and an eye, and just like living flesh world question mark.
With an arrow.
Exactly.
Oh, jolly good, a presentation. Well, make your introductions, and we'll be waiting to score you.
Thank you. Over the next 3.5 hours, Vera and I would like to explain what we discovered about the place we are.
Sorry to speed this along, Trent, but I've got about 7 minutes left before I'm not going to be able to locate this little girl anymore. So if we could do the short snippet version of the big long presentation, I'm sure we'd all love to hear the rest of it on the journey home.
Okay. In that case, the world we're in seems to be living flesh. Thank you for coming to my Trent talk.
Oh, and it's cursed. It's real cursed.
And it's real cursed. Okay.
Ida, you're the sort of, about putting things back together and the insides of people. I'm used to them, but I'm not quite as well as you are. Is there anything we can do to make this better for whatever this giant creature is that we're inside? Like, I gave the old eyeball a little bit of a, polish up, and that seemed to make it happy. Is there anything we can do what can we do to make this tongue happy so we can get the hell out of this gross mouth?
I mean, I was going to suggest we could feed it, but,
Looks at Fampy.
The problem that we have there is that we're very close to the tongue, and that might end up with us in a place we don't want to be.
Wow, you would have really liked the swallowing section of my seminar.
You see Ida's face just as soon as you say it. It's just like, oh. But on other hands, that is down. That's where we seem to need to go. I'm slightly worried about the potential for acid at the bottom, but that's as may be. And she sort of shrugs, and all of her metal armor clanks. Because she's very aware that acid plus metal is going to be a bad time.
If it's not too far, I can kind of I've got a bat cloak.
How convenient that between us we have 300 feet of hempen rope that we could tie together.
Well, Vera, this place grosses you out so much that you kind of you think your next attempt at anything is going to be at disadvantage just because this is disgusting.
Oh no.
If we attach the rope to me, I could go inside my shell and slide down like a lozenge.
A lozenge? You do have a strong, prickly carapace or shell, might I say. You're not an insect, but a tortoise. Perhaps something smooth might be the way to go.
Oh boy.
I wonder if it's
I hesitate
hungry.
to say the phrase "grease me up," but
Does anyone have this?
I'm gonna rummage around. Not that I can see. I do have a bag of beans. Maybe it's hungry. I sort of like take a bean and throw it down.
Take a bean and you throw it down. Okay. Actually, you take a bean and you throw it against the tongue because the tongue is blocking the entrance the exit at the back.
Yeah.
It kind of like bounces off because it's just a teeny tiny little bean. I mean, it's tiny and compared to this massive, size of this tongue thing.
Does it get in like a crevice or something? And is that crevice moist with saliva?
Yep.
Oh, okay. The bean gets water. Good to know.
Oh no! Oh no!
You do remember though that you still pocket the herbal remedy that you found from the cottage.
tea.
Oh yeah.
I just remembered what's going to happen with the baby.
Sorry, I thought we were about to feed it to Trent. Okay. Carry on.
Who had the tea?
Oh, you're still here.
I've got most of it.
Oh, okay. Why don't we salve up the blisters and maybe the tongue will stop freaking out?
This is what I was thinking. This is why I was asking Ida what we can do to make things better in here. So, should we see what we can do about these big pustule thingies? Call them blisters? Yeah, let's get rid of them. Yeah.
I stand away, my good Dragonborn. I will resolve this.
Oh, God.
After you get... Sorry.
Can't hear him over the flipping armour. It's like clip, clop, clip, clop, clip. And with unusual gentleness, Temporary will lean forward and try lesser restoration on the tongue. If it cures it.
Tongue visibly relaxes. It still tries to avoid the blisters though. Because the blisters seem to be the thing that seems to be causing it some degree of distress. But the tongue kind of seems to... We do notice that the blisters close to the tongue, this one over here, for example, seems to shrink because it is, of course, almost next to the tongue and connected to the tongue tissue.
Do they actually look poisonous or toxic in abnormally?
They look like normal blisters. They're just painful. They're probably filled with pus.
As he's doing this, I'm going to head over with some of this healing tea that we got, because I know tea cures all the mighty and wisest teas.
It's a Dragonborg thing.
For the cleric.
Going to splash some onto that blister thing, see what happens.
You splash one.
Get a bit of that down your throat.
You splash one onto, say, one of these large red blisters, and you see that it immediately shrinks. It becomes something that's no longer a blister anymore, just a flaccid little thing of what it once was. And the tongue visibly relaxes some more.
Right, everyone, grab these. Splash away. All this thing needs is a good cup of tea. Like anything, in all problems solved. Good cup of tea. Get to it.
Belby will use the one she has.
Yeah.
Ida, this doesn't look like the illness that the mother had at all, did it? I didn't really get a really good look.
Does it look like the illness the mother had at all?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Nope. Good. Let's rule that out. All right, good. I should have paid more attention to that, but I didn't.
Nope. Okay. Didn't think it did, but that's fine. I'm just going to help with the disseminating of the tea.
All right. So now that you've splashed a bit of the healing herbal tea onto the blisters, they shrivel up and they no longer are blisters. In fact, the whole place seems to no longer heave with tension, but you find that the walls of tissue around you seem to relax, and so does the tongue. And as the tongue relaxes, it seems that the gap between the tongue and the top of the exit at the back widens, and it's soon wide enough for people to clamber over.
I give the tongue a little stroke as I go past.
Oh, and as you do that, the tongue kind of
Yeah,
goes, it fucks around.
This is uncomfortable.
What?
He's a good
And-
tongue, really, and he gives you a good boy.
Ida goes past the tongue, trying to touch it as little as Amali possible.
Everyone loves a little tongue scritching. Yeah.
But you tickle it, and then soon enough, it kind of like accidentally twitches because you probably just pick at a more sensitive part of it with your scritching, and you are thrown down a strange passage.
I'd like to completely retract into my shell as this happens.
Oh.
I would like to go, woohoo! Enjoy the ride.
But you are there, and
That bean probably sprouted too.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
oh yes, that bean.
Tongue bean.
I popped it in the
Yes,
Roll
that
20.
being left behind, and in fact, what happened was it was lodged into one of the folds of skin, and who knows, maybe a little beanstalk will grow there or something. It's going to take root there for some reason.
Tongue bean, tongue bean,
Tongue bean.
No.
Begging of swallow me.
But yeah, so when you walk on, and as you walk down this passage of what appears to be something that looks like, strange spongy protuberances, you see two strange people not far away. Now, you see a little girl that looks a lot like the girl in the sketch that you were given. And then this plasmoid-like shadow creature next to her. She seems to be crying, and it seems to be soothing her. But it sees you approach, and it jumps in front of her and expands, as if trying to shield her from you.
Right, Dolly.
So Ida's going to step forward and let go. And just, oh no, it's a touch spell. Never mind, I take it back. It's going to work because I'm too far away. Sorry.
We're your mom's looking for you. We're not here to hurt her. Again, I don't know why I'm talking to y'all. I'm not good at this. But yeah, we're not here. We're not here to hurt you or her. We were just sent to find her.
And this thing before her, just a smidgen, as it senses that you're not threats. You hear this voice. It is telepathic, and it resounds in your head as if it's like a Tibetan meditation bowl. That's how it sounds like. And it introduces themselves as Loluk. And Loluk says, so you're here for her. You mean her no harm, is that right?
Yeah, no harm. We were sent by Mom's friend, because her mom's sick. But she's been missing, and they tried to find her and couldn't find her, so we were sent, and then we touched the doll and ended up here, and then got past the eye and got past the tongue. It's been a weird time.
I have a presentation on this if you'd like to watch it.
It's 3 hours, no.
The little girl peeks out and she says, "You're looking for me. Well, I got here the same way you got here too."
Oh,
You
was
beat
that?
her by
The
the
doll?
doll.
I hold it up and smile.
And she
Oh,
says, "I remember that doll. I found it It was hidden all along, and I never knew it existed.
So it's not
Does the
your
doll
doll.
talk to you?
I found it in the dresser.
That's your mum's doll. She did the evil voodoo witch thing on it and right. Note to self, killed her mum.
And as you thought to yourself, kill the mom, something goes, oh no, you don't. And with that, there is a freaking surge. And oh my goodness. Ida. What happens is get the sense of that out of your ear, a vine comes out. It circles your head and then it grows. It grows into a plant that outsprouts a bulb and a tulip.
You're so pretty now.
Implying I wasn't pretty before. How rude.
You're so prettier now.
Ida is now completely distracted by the fact there is a plant growing out of her head compared to what is going on in front of her. So.
And
So, look, do you know a way out of here?
Loluk says, there is a way out, but let me explain what's going on.
That would be
That'd be
marvelous. I would love that so much.
Oh, do you want to compare notes?
I have tea.
He really likes
Require it.
presentations. So if you could do it in presentation form, that'd be better.
All right, and with that, the little girl comes on. She says, I found a doll hidden away. And I thought that, you know, it's a voodoo doll, right? And you do stuff to it, and I stabbed it and it bled, and I got here. That's how I got here.
So you're handy with a knife. Like it. You stabbed the doll and made it bleed. That's not good. So
Oh no, we did something violent to the doll.
But
Oh,
what happens
no.
if we like brush its hair then and like put it in a pretty dress or cape? Everyone likes capes.
And she said, well, didn't look like that kind of doll. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I read it out of a book that something like this is what you do. But anyway, that aside, I got here and I know I can find this person who probably can heal my mom, but he doesn't want to come back and heal my mom.
Why not?
Something bad happened to her and she's been hurt for a very long time. She doesn't want to come out of this place and go, you know, go back to the normal world and heal my mom.
What
So she's
kind
been
of hurt?
in here this whole time. Sorry, go.
What kind of hurt?
And with that, Loluk comes up and says, you would have realized by now that you are in a living domain, a living world.
it likes tongue scritches.
Well, that's the first for me. How interesting.
Did you not pay attention to the presentation?
I must have skipped a bit. Sorry, you were quite dull. There was not enough imagery. But keep going, small child. Keep going.
Now the creature Loluk looks to you and says, this world was made of the distress, the thoughts and emotions of its creator. Its creator, who's also my creator. Her name is June. 20 years ago, she lived in a village known as Barnes Rock, which is where Rohini, this little girl that you're looking for, comes from. And she wasn't treated very well by people there, even though she demonstrated a talent for healing. And one day, one day she fell afoul of one of the patients that she was treating, and as a result, she was shamed and abused. It was so bad that she wanted to get away from it all. She was crying by herself in a cottage when one day a strange traveler, who knows what kind of person or being this traveler is, came by and comforted her. They gave her this doll, and as she hugged it in her response for relief and comfort, she disappeared from the world. She entered this place and it was born. She rules over this place. All the creatures, all the things you see around here, they are manifestations of her thoughts and emotions, and this is where she keeps herself safe, protected from the outer plane, protected from anyone else who might intrude and cause her harm and grief again.
Just for
Right, yeah. So your poor mum, smart woman, probably accused of witchcraft or some such like by idiots. Looks at Thampy. Right. Let's find her then and have a chat, shall we? Let's see if we can help her out and get you both out of here. Have a nice cup of tea.
Wait, I'm confused. So this is a demi-plane?
It is a strange kind of demi-plane, yes. It is a different plane of existence, a pocket dimension or pocket plane.
Fleshy, pocket, planey, dimensiony thingy. We're inside something, let's get out. As minimal damage as possible.
Now the little girl says, I'm not getting out without June. I need her to heal my mom.
Well, don't worry.
And June is who we shall find.
Help us to find June and we will all get out of here together. And she will have our protection just as you do.
Sure. Yep, I agree to that. And the look says
Lead the
one more
way,
thing.
small one.
And the look says one more thing. I will take you to see June. It is a long way to go, but it's faster if I take you via my own special means. However, there's a reason why June won't leave, and it's not just because she's afraid of people harming her again.
Go on.
And Laluk says, if she leaves, all life here, this domain, myself even, will not exist. We cease without her.
Maybe
Well.
there's something she could give us to cure. That way she doesn't have to leave, but she can still help.
Nice cup
We
of
can
tea
talk it out
we
with
can
her.
take out with her. Give to mum. Job's a good one.
Only one way to find out.
And Rohani says, I've asked her if she could just give me something so I can go back with it. And she says, no. Her ability to heal, apparently, and from the symptoms of what my mom's what my mom's suffering, apparently it's a magic kind of spell that June can only undo magically using her own life force. Well, that's what she told me, and it's not just something you can just, heal with an ointment or an object.
Well, let's have a word
Yeah,
with her and
sounds
see if we
difficult.
could possibly use someone else's life force.
There are ways to keep from their entire life force.
All right. And Laluk says, look, I'll take you there anyway. And Laluk expands and covers all of you and little girl Rahini in a ball. And as you're en route by something that seems, as strong as concrete, but feels safe and warm inside, you roll. And you roll down passages similar to this.
Just
All
like
the
being
way.
in a shell.
Yes. all the way into what appears to be a
We're
deep,
all well
dark,
insulated.
safe place. And we are 5 minutes past 5 p.m. AST, and I'm just wondering if everyone would like to take a 5-minute break.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll come back at actually let's make it we don't have too long to go, so let's come back at 15:15.
10 minutes. Oh,
Yep. All right.
No worries. Tea break, everybody.
Tea
Go
break.
anywhere,
go
everyone.
get tea.
Mm. Okay, we continue with your journey through this strange demiplane, and as you travel through several strange and random passages or tracks, Loluk, this strange plasmoid-like creature that you've made friends with, tells you that Rohini is no ordinary girl. Yes, she is talented, but how she came about was also something of a miracle. When the lady known as June, who left Farns Rock to live in this domain, she left behind her innocence as well, and her innocence manifested itself as a giant egg. This egg lay dormant for 10 years and it hatched, and out of that egg is this little girl.
I feel like I've heard the story about this egg before. It's all falling into place.
That's
the story we got when we got here from the person that gave us the quest to find her.
That's right. If you'll take a gander at this flowchart I've created, I just unfurl the chat that's got like all of the storybooks and links between them.
Yes. So you pull out, while you're traveling, you pull out your large, A4 legal pad, and you write everything down in, I don't know,
Aquin.
J. Herban fountain pen ink or something. And you roll on and on and on until you arrive in a place where it is nice and warm, and there's a sort of a gentle pulse in the air. And you're here in this safe place as the look shrinks into their ordinary size, and you find yourself in a small grove surrounded by trees and shrubs. Flowers peek out from a thick carpet of grass. The vegetation here also seems to pulse with a steady rhythm like a heartbeat. In the center, you see a pool with dark, inky water and a hooded woman at the end of it, slouching over the pool. And this is what she looks like. However, her reflection in the water reveals a visage that's truly horrible to look upon, and her eyes betray her pain. She looks at you and she adopts a closed body stance. She puts her hands out before herself and backs away.
I think we might be in a kidney.
I like what you've done with the place. It's better than the mouth with the ulcers. The flowers are much better. Good job.
So, kiss the lady.
I second that.
Now, this little girl, Rohini, she runs over to this woman and she hugs and she says, "It's okay, they're friends. Don't worry."
Hello, how's it going?
5 out of 6 of us mean you no harm.
Those are good odds. You should take them.
She looks at you. It seems as if she might take a little while to get used to having you here. So whilst Rohini talks to her and gets her more comfortable with your presence, you may look around you. You may explore the trees and the pool and the shrubs.
Can Thampri do a nature check? Just out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Albie's just going to walk up and touch the water.
Given that was a natural 1, and I had 2 to that, what does Thampri discern from such things?
Like any natural place you've been before. In fact, something tells you that this is quite strange, because as you touch the trees, you notice that small yolk-like sacs hang from the trees, and within them there's something wriggling, as if living creatures are gestating inside these sacs.
Give it a flick.
Told you,
Does it move?
You give it a flick, and Laluk walks right up to it and goes, "No, don't do that."
Oh.
Why?
Oh, hello. I'm Thampri.
He's a grave robber, watch out.
We're here to save you. Ignore the other ones.
Why should we not touch the sacky things?
And he said, you really want to kill one of the creatures in this realm who mean you no harm? Look at them, they're just still forming.
I get it, but like, can I, just... What about a gentle caress? Is that okay?
That's
Do
fine.
they like scritches?
Yeah, exactly. That thing.
And that Lolo
Go
goes,
on, yellow.
I do not know if all their nervous, if their nervous systems have been fully formed yet, because neurogenesis is, I don't know. I'm like, they're just still not fully formed yet. Can't you see? I'm not sure they can even feel you.
Important note, party. Don't
Station
interact with the sack creature things. They are yet to have formed. Thank you, my good woman.
I'm not really into
tickling the
killing
sack.
babies.
Got it.
There's an ethical conversation which we won't get into here. We're here to save this lovely child and reunite her with her ill mother. Let us not fiddle-faddle and move on.
All right. And so this lady at the end of the pool over here, she looks at you and she says,
Oh, sorry. Just quickly before you go on, can I use ghostly gaze just to see inside the sacks? So once poor short rest does an action, I can gain the ability to see through solid objects.
yeah.
So I'd like to kind of see through the outer of the sack to the inner of the sack, if I may.
Yeah, sure you can.
Through the flesh wall. Great.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Please stop saying sack.
Okay,
Sass.
because you attempt to
Sack.
pry through a strange...
Think really hard and look very intently. It probably looks really awkward to everyone else, but I'm just like,
It does look awkward, and because for some reason the domain seems to perceive that this is a breach of said gestating creature's privacy, something happens. And you hear a plaintive no in your head. It's sort of like ska music.
I'm into it. Yeah, no, this is okay. This is better. This is
Please
better
tell me it
than what
has
was
full
before.
trumpets as well.
These are some
Yes.
These are some real big fish.
Ah, boo. Boo.
I'll show myself out.
But from what you can see, though, it is it seems as if this domain also retaliates to little things that you do, and probably because it twitches and it feels, right? It just lashes out emotionally, irrationally, and as a result, what you've done, and because you still continues peering and staring at this thing, something happens and it lashes out randomly. This plane or domain lashes out randomly at Ida, and Ida, a surge of something courses through you, and you turn into a possum.
Where is she?
Does she still have the flower coming out of her head?
The
No, that-
flower drops out of her ear hole, and this time it's just a possum with overly long whiskers and a fluffy tail and bad odor.
Small
Possum
point of
starts
clarification.
eating the flower.
Is this like an Australian type possum or a US type
US type
opossum?
possum.
Because-
Let's go with the Australian one. Which
It
looks
is the
like
Australian possum because it has
Okay.
the extra pink nose and big chubby face.
little ringtail.
Yes.
Aww.
I scoop it.
And because it feels like it's done something absolutely, weird as an overreaction, it kind of like feels a little sorry for you. So, as a result, Ida, Brent, and Amfrey, you feel more confident that you might be able to talk some sense into this place, given that you feel a bit of remorse passing through this vibe, this sense of this place.
Yes, I'm going to give the best presentation later.
Yep. Well, Ida's finally making sense, so this is good. So, Anyway, moving on. So, good woman, I understand that because I sense nature, being part of nature, being fey, unlike the rest of my somewhat infernal colleagues, and the small animal one. She's lovely, by the way. Just don't feed it too much or she poops everywhere. However, how do we help us to help you, so to speak?
LB, he's doing it again.
The talking.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, the possum, strangely enough, can still talk, but
good.
But the voice that comes out of this possum is obviously high and squeaky.
Oh, high and squeaky? We can do high and squeaky, that's fine. Yeah, absolutely. For the next however long, you did this to yourselves, chat. You did this to yourselves. Oh my God. Okay.
I'm here for this.
Yes.
The tiny possum walks over to Thampri and pokes him with a sharp pointy claw in the leg.
Oh, now you've done it.
Exactly, whatever that sound was, exactly.
I try animal handling on Ida.
Okay, let's give this a shot. Why don't you roll animal handling, Thampri, and Ida? Why don't you make a wisdom save against that?
You first. I've got 3 advantages.
22 and I get an advantage, so I'll do that.
I got a 7, so I think you beat me.
might not use that advantage then. We'll just take
Sit.
the 20.
Stay. Roll over.
Massive scratch across the face.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, unfortunately, she scratches you, and thankfully you do not get rabies.
I'm immune to poison.
Good grief.
She's okay.
While these guys are fighting each other, I would like to try and go over to Young and be like, hello, my name is Trent. I mean you no harm. I've been told that you have the knowledge to cure this lovely young lady's mother, but you need some kind of a life force. And I was wondering if you would accept our 4-legged friend over there, the big one, not the small possum, as a life force source for this magic. He has, of course, agreed to this. I have all the paperwork right here. Just go through several presentations until I...
As you can see, the signature on the paperwork is unique. It wasn't forged by me 10 seconds ago. And he is a willing sacrifice to your holy eminence, godliness, whatever it is, to save the woman.
Whoa. You want me to go back to heal someone? I can't do that. I can't step out of this place.
Why not?
Why? Yes,
I don't-
why?
Because I'm safe here. I go out there, I don't know what they will do to me again. They might spit in my face like they did the last time. Kick sand into my eyes. Beat me. Curse me.
Can the tiny possum walk up to her, please? And just be like, you think they're going to make fun of you?
Yeah, Thampri looks
I'll give
ridiculous.
Dear madam, as a thief, assassin, murderer, I give you my honest word that if you come outside, I will protect you. And if anyone tries spitting in your face, I will cut theirs off.
That's a good deal. Ah.
You would do this for me.
I will give you protection.
You
And
do
believe
this
me,
for
I am
me,
very
a
good at
person.
protecting things.
And you would do this for me, a person you barely knew.
He does like
Yes.
cutting faces.
He's done more for
You-
people he knew less.
I have heard of This is true. But I have heard that you have great healing abilities, and unfortunately the world is full of idiots and we need more people like you. So while you're in here, you're not helping the people out there that need help. So let's go out there, help them, cut off some faces, it's all good. And, you know, those people that upset you, you know, whatever they happen to have upon them, we take those as, what's the expression? Yeah, payment. That's it. Payment for your services, and then we use that money to do good. How does that sound?
Yes. You are noble, but
So far from me.
I think the word you're looking for is ignoble, but close.
and she
Tell me, what does that mean?
and she says,
It's the opposite.
there is. She says, little one, I am so sorry you are turned into this form. And I shall tell you what. Someone actually should put some. Oh, Jesus.
Nasty claws.
She
No
Off you go to
words.
the wild.
The Thampri picks Ida up by the end of her tail and swings her round and round in retaliation. And of course, June says, that's not a nice thing to do. Put her down. And I'm so sorry this has happened to you. And she says, I thank you for your offer, but if I leave this place will not be anymore. It will cease to exist. And I can't let that happen because there, she points to Loluk. She points to the trees where the sacks of small younglings are growing. And she says, you've seen the creatures
younglings
around here. You've seen this world. All of these are connected to me, and if I leave, nothing sustains them anymore. It will cease to exist.
Good.
What would it
They
require to
begin-
sustain them?
Yeah. Do you
She says-
require
A centaur, perhaps.
or two?
She says, no. The only way I heal is via channeling my life force. A bit of my life force. It regenerates after I take a long rest or go to bed every night or something. I use my life force to heal people, and it regenerates so that I don't need someone to sacrifice their own life force. However, I cannot enchant items to heal people.
Oh, I've had an idea. Could we bring a person in? We came here, surely someone else could come here and we could bring them to you and you heal them here.
She says, it doesn't work that way because I've tried. And I only knew after spending time in this place. You have entered this realm via the gateway that is the doll. It is one way only. If you want to go out, it's also, if you get out of here, it's one way only as well. And she points to the pool. She says, enter the pool and it will take you home. You can never come back.
That sounds like a challenge. So what I'm hearing is the over the lips and past the gums route isn't going to work for this.
And she says, the only way this domain can continue to carry on living in my absence is if someone else takes my place, or if someone, and that someone must be someone that the domain will accept. That someone can also be the aggregate of many people. For example, a group of people giving up something that makes them unique in themselves. Giving that up to form a new avatar that will take my place here.
I mean, I'm happy to give up being a possum. It's the thing that makes me me right now.
I'm happy to give up Thampri.
Yeah.
I'm happy to give up Fampri as well. He's a part of what makes me irritated, and that's a part of me that I'm happy to give up.
She might mean something a little bit more noble than that, guys.
What could be more noble than Tampere? Have you seen him? Look at him.
What could be more noble than like what I look like? So
does it have to be?
I would happily give up Thampre's voice.
He's not very smart, but he speaks a lot.
Does it have to be everyone give up something, or can one person give up something that makes them who they are?
He says it could be, well, it can be both, I guess.
What's the minimum? I see we're negotiating over price.
Yeah,
we've established premise. Now we're gonna just negotiate here.
As long as it is a substantive portion of what makes you, something meaningful to you, that's what this place will accept. Nothing trivial. I mean, seriously, what is more superficial than? I mean,
Thampree. What is more superficial than Thampree?
Then the color of Thampree's hoof nail, for instance. Well, that is going to be superficial. I don't even know what hoof polish Thampree uses.
I walk over to Thampree and I look at him and I say, Thampree, have I ever told you how much I love you? Now get in the pool.
Right. That seems a little intense for this time, but yes, I think it's probably best I leave. So the pool's the way out. Seems fine to me. What are we doing?
We can't come back and help people. I thought you were all about helping people, Thampree.
No, helping my god. I have a number of directives, you see, and
Grave, Rob Grave. Your directives are quite simple, I think, mate.
Look, you could tattoo them on your arm.
Every time I look at you, I just get the shine. So I know Rob's motto or something. It's a bit too reflective for me. However, the problem that this lady is putting in front of us is she's sacrificing herself for this domain, which is very noble. Very noble. I understand it. But here's the thing. We help many. She's helping the one. So, I'm quite happy to let her do what she feels right. It's about choice. And my choice is not to give myself up to a place with ulcers and, bad hair.
But you also made the choice to come in here and help save the girl, and the only way to save the girl is to get her to leave, and the only way to get her to leave is by giving up some part of yourself.
Yes, it's all in the flowchart.
Technically speaking, and Thampree moves slowly towards the girl, there's another way to make the girl leave.
We're not pushing the girl in the pool. No.
We are not doing that.
Thampree, you do not get to take away someone's bodily autonomy by pushing them into the pool.
Pushing him into the pool, you say? And Thampree makes an attack to pick her up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Belby will try to run in and try to stop.
All right. Do you want to? Okay, Thampree, why don't you roll attack? Make an attack move, and Beccs, you can try to block with a maneuver of your choice, an action of your choice.
I have something for
this. Can I do acrobatics just to? Oh yeah.
Magic bowl is a vial.
I'm really good at this. Like, really good. And that was a natural one.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
I used earlier against me.
I do technically have disadvantage on it, so let me roll that a second time.
That's okay.
Okay, so ahead of you spit bile.
Oh no, I don't spit bile. This is one of my bolasses. I just pulled out a bolas and I've just whipped it at him. Does a 16 hit?
Against
you're dreaming.
Thampree,
well, the good news is I have luck and lots of other things.
It does.
And I got a 13 to run in the way.
There we go. How about a 26?
26 was it?
Yeah, 26 will hit.
You are bound. This bow, I've just whipped you with a bolas. Thankfully, I'm being nice and I'm not using one of the ones for the something nasty. But You have literally, your arms have hit your sides. You are restrained. You're a wriggly worm in a ropey cocoon.
So, I've been watching very carefully to see what happens around the world around him when he approached the girl. What happened, DM?
What
Did
happens?
the world actually react in any way,
Yes,
shape,
it does. As you do so, you hear voices. Susurration in the trees and the air around you start getting deeper and stronger and louder. And soon something drops from above. Something that resembles black vials drops down and splits into several pieces.
This, you idiots, is the thing we need to be speaking to, not the captive. This is the thing that is holding the woman and the child, not anything else. Release me from this stupidity or I'll do it myself. There is a darkness here that is restraining this woman, returning back to a normal plane and holding her hostage against her will.
Epri, I think you've misread the flowchart. It says quite clearly here that this lady is here of her own free will and she has elected to sustain this world. The girl is inconsequential. She's just here to try and find it. Look, it's right here in this box with these arrows.
Thembry takes a moment to take it all in and goes, "Oh, I must have missed that bit."
You see what happens when you skip the presentation?
I'm sorry, Trent. I should have let you go through the 3-hour presentation. I'm
Thank you.
sorry.
I accept
And not
your
only
apology.
that, something that resembles a blood clot drops from the top and lands, and it breaks into several small pieces as well, and they too snarl and hiss at you.
Oh,
But no,
Is
it's
it
the
in a
immune
language
system,
that we
immune system.
understand?
Yeah.
They
Is it in a
approach
language we
you.
understand?
Yes, you can understand this language, for they hiss and they say, "We are the voices of solace. We are the dominant negative thoughts made manifest in this realm. Why are ye here? Why do you interfere? Leave, let us be."
And the
funny
very
story.
and the very adorable possum just like trot forward and like,
I understand. We're not trying to do anything wrong. We're just trying to help somebody. And right now you're making it very difficult for us to be nice to everybody.
Stop
You
being so
are
negative.
attacking.
Breath,
Stop being so negative, you negative
I was
thoughts.
not attacking anybody. I don't even
and retracts her claws.
have any weapons. I'm an adorable little possum.
And I'm a turtle. What possible harm could I do?
What possible harm could you do?
What possible harm could I do? Get out.
No. You're stuck with this ridiculous voice and this ridiculous filter.
And one of them reaches out a pseudopod and says, "What about this?" And they point to Thempri. They try to harm the little girl.
He's not with
Well,
us.
we already suggested that perhaps he would like to stay to maintain your entire world, but that was the disagreement. It wasn't actually anything to do with this beautiful world. It was to do with his idiotic ego.
Yeah, what happened is he forgot he wasn't paying attention during the presentation and he didn't read the flowchart properly. You can see here that quite clearly it's fine. We're all
And
good.
sometimes that causes arguments when people don't listen. It's a really big problem.
Yeah.
They look at the flowchart and they're like, "What?"
When people let opinions get in the way of facts, sometimes we have disagreements.
I know.
And she turns back to Trent.
I know. It's ridiculous, right? Everybody should just listen to what the other person is saying and understand that we're allowed to have differences of opinions, but I'm getting off topic. Really, we're not trying to hurt you at all.
And they're like, "So, you want him?" And they point to Thempri again, "To do something."
We thought we asked very nicely.
We have for this whole time, and yet here we are.
Here we are.
Eagerly
And then-
awaiting him to do something.
And then says, I have. And he says, "Look, I'm not sure what you're trying to do, but these are my children. They are afraid of change. They need to know that whoever it is that sacrifices a part of themselves, or whoever it is, plural, that is, who wishes to sacrifice parts of themselves to form an aggregate whole, a new avatar, can be trustworthy and capable.
If you like, I have an hour-long presentation about how change can be a good thing.
Would you like to convince them with a persuasion check? And you may also use intelligence in place of charisma as your modifier.
Thank you. And I'm
Can I
probably going
help?
to use my
Yes.
advantage from earlier.
I'm helping. So now you get that basically you get double
I'm
advantage
giving you
because I'm
triple
helping.
disadvantage.
Good thing I have all the advantages there. Okay. Persuasion, you say. Righty-ho, then. That's a 19.
Very well. And what do you tell them? How do you convince them that change is good? And who is going to be the person who will be giving up whatever it is they are giving up? Or persons?
So Trent embarks on a lengthy presentation with several diagrams explaining about how sometimes things can be unpleasant and then turn out to be okay because they make us stronger as people, and going through periods of growth and change can be very beneficial. And he would like to cap it all off with saying that if just as I think the final sort of convincer, that he is prepared to give up his love of presentations to become one, to create this new sort of avatar to take over this place.
Very well.
Just as he said this, I'm going to step forward and go, I would love to be able to give up myself to help, but I do have children at home in the orphanage that I need to look after. But I will happily give you one of my eyes to go towards looking after and making sure no harm comes in.
And with that, she is touched. She is very, very touched by what you're offering. And so are these children of hers, these voices of this place that is her solace. And they move back. They move back as she steps towards you, Trent, and you as well, Hatfield. And she places both hands upon your shoulders and she says, are you ready?
I am. Pick an eye. All yours.
1 sec. And Trent is going to quickly draw a flowchart for himself to remind him of how this all panned out. And then he's just going to fold it and just tuck it into his shelf for later. I was like, I'm ready.
Yes. And she mutters a chant, a few words, and you feel the world change and tingle within you. You, Trent, you feel your logical and analytical communication skills and penchant for diagrammatic explanations dissipate and melt away into the world around you. Something feels empty within you now. And Hatdill, you put one hand over an eye and you feel it fall out and it drops into your palm and you hand it over and that too melts away into the shadow. You feel there's something within you is missing. And whilst all of this is happening, Hatfield and Trent, you notice that the world around you starts to change as well. The trees, the flowers, the leaves and shrubs and grass, they all seem to take on a strange tint. Something starts to glimmer and they turn into shades of your favorite colors, both of you. The world seems to change. It feels more like home for the both of you now that you've given up a part of yourself to sustain this place.
This is nice.
But June, now that she sees what you've sacrificed, she says, I will go home with you, and yes, thank you for offering to protect me. I will also do my best to reward you for all your sacrifices. But come, let us go. For I think Rohini here wants to go home.
I am going to untie Framprey from my bolas and stow it. Turn around and say, see, that's how we do it. Come on, let's get out of here. I'll give you a cup of tea.
Yeah, and as we walk away, I'm going to I reach into my shell and I pull out my flowchart and I look at it. And then I hand it to Vera and I'm like, can you explain this to me?
Yeah, buddy. Anytime you like, I'll explain it many times as you want.
Thanks. That would be nice.
Awesome Ida just takes Belby's hand in watching it and just is like, oh.
And you walk hand in hand into the pool. You enter and the water gently ripples. You notice that it's been unchanged. The water's unchanged from before, still the same black inky color. But as you walk past, you feel calm and peace, and you're soon back in the cottage with Rohini and June. But as this happens, as June steps back into this place, she sees who's on the bed and she screams.
No good?
Rohini runs to her and she says, what's going on? What's wrong? And she looks at the woman on the bed. She says, that woman, she was the one who sent me to trial those years ago.
Oh, well, that complicates things.
Can Possum
Sometimes
Ida
it's
please
important to
cast?
forgive people.
Can Possum Ida please cast detect evil and good towards the range anyway, but towards the sick woman on the bed, please.
No, Possum Ida, as soon as you come out into this room, you remain like a possum for a little bit, but you soon realize that you're starting to grow.
Nuts.
You
regular
turn
Ida.
back into your regular
Ida.
self, yes, because you're no longer affected by all of that.
He just turns and faces Stamper and is just like, I'm not going to forgive you for spinning me around your head.
His narration. Anyway, we have a dilemma. More important, so just to clear up the situation for myself, the woman in the bed, she's not good and needs to have a trial? Is that where we are?
So the woman on the bed was the woman that wronged
So Chris
June.
knows. Stampy
That's
doesn't.
probably why she's cursed. And it's only a cure. So she has to atone for what she's done. Otherwise, what's the point of her getting healed? Because, she's the only person that could remove the curse is the person who cursed her.
That's not true.
And June crumbles to her feet and she says, I had no clue this happened. I seriously have no clue this happened. And she says, before I left this place, I wished that she would suffer and die a horrible death, but I had no clue. I had no clue this would happen.
Well, here
I
you
had no
are.
clue this would happen 20
Ta-da!
years too late. And
Did you specify when?
no,
Oh, do you really think that you
Well, you
should
did-
have narrowed down the contract of death that you bestowed upon her?
You
Fred
said a
feels
long,
like he
slow
wants
and
to-
painful death. You've definitely got that.
Fred feels
Oh,
the faintest,
I
briefest
was
desire to explain curses, but it just dissipates.
Just for clarification,
I
just
do
for clarification, one curse, just one little curse. That's all it is.
walks up to one step closer, tentatively, somewhat afraid, towards the woman on the bed, and she says, it's not a curse. This is a wish spell gone wrong.
Well, they do say be careful what you wish for.
Boo.
And with that, suddenly the door slams open as her screams have drawn the attention of several angry villagers who rush in with pitchforks and machetes. And they look at you and they look at her and they see her and they scream, "Witchcraft, she's charmed them as well, after her."
I'm going to Misty Step and teleport right in front of her.
I'm
so
jumping over everything in front, and 2 daggers are drawn. They are both flaming.
Yeah, so where am I?
Touch her, you die.
I'm going to Misty Step. I'm going to be in front of her.
And if you touch her either, you also die.
You come anywhere near her, I'm going to unleash a hell upon you like you would not believe. And I'd like to intimidate because, like, I have a summon demon spell, so it would be.
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a 23.
And you intimidate them. They put their weapons aside and look at each other out of fear. They do not know what they're trying to do or who you are, and they kind of step back. And at that very moment, you do create the window of opportunity and sufficient time for none other than the village head who's heard all of this ruckus to step in and go, "What's going on? What's happening here?" Sees that you brought a little girl home.
Well, you're idiots.
Well.
Bro, bust in here, trying to attack this innocent woman who's trying to heal this woman. Everyone stay back.
Riley, I think she deserves an apology from all the...
And the village head says, "Oh my goodness." And she says, "Is that her? I've only arrived here 7 years ago and I didn't know who this person is, but I've heard about her."
Careful, you're in danger of letting vigilantism get in the way of justice.
And with her power as the village head, she tells Dan to GTFO.
That seems fair.
And she says, "I am sorry. It's strange because you think time would change, but it's hard to push away habits of prejudice. And additionally, we've been trying, but it's hard. It's hard when she looks like the person they feared." And she tells you that 7 generations ago, this village was cursed by someone who looks a lot like her, perhaps a descendant. They had hardship since then, but it seems like the rest of the curse has disappeared now. She understands that it's not fair, but she pledges to support and protect her from harm now that she's back. And she's sorry for the behavior of the villagers. But she looks at Rohini and she thanks you for returning her. And she says, "I'll see what I can do to keep you safe and undistracted for now, but it seems like you've got some business to do. I'll be outside."
See, there are good people. We protected you, just like the lizard man said he would do.
I'm now stood on a table, 2 blazing daggers in each hand, kind of looking a bit lost is the word I think. But gonna cut someone's face off. Right,
I mean, if it makes you feel better, you could cut some bread and instantly make toast.
And Rohini says, "Yes, there is toast in the pantry, but I think it's stale by now."
The croutons. You have croutons.
Nothing a flame knife can't fix.
Flame knife fixes most things.
She walks up to June and she says, "Can you heal my mom, please?"
Me? No, I don't think I can.
I don't think she's talking to you.
She looks at this woman, and this woman looks a little hesitant, and she looks at you, and she's
Oh
wondering.
no. Oh no. Why? Why would they do that now?
All of a sudden, you feel something in the air. And whilst it is not Phil Collins that's singing, something else happens because
In the air tonight?
Hatdil is tongue-tied and cannot speak.
It's shining bright.
But pink bubbles float out of your mouth. Pop, 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 pop.
That's very pretty. Is that some sort of trick? I missed it. Was, you know. Well, you know, look, June, I've learned over this adventure, there's sometimes you make mistakes, and look at Trent. I mean, just look at Trent. I mean, he's, you know, the archetypal of mistake and making bad choices. But you can redeem yourself at this point in time and build bridges, heal wounds, join people together. And Tampere just quickly checks the book. Yes, and also, you know, reunite communities together. So this would be a great time to just, you know, heal the wrongs of the past with the actions of today. Off you go. And the tall dragonborn's just making some toast or croutons, apparently. Smashing.
Right.
But we didn't really eat anything while we were inside. In that.
Oh no! Bilby's got a point. Trent,
prison.
Bilby's got a point. Bilby, please take the floor or the bed or something higher.
Okay, I don't think we can hear you.
Oh, I muted myself to cough earlier. Normally I disagree with him, but he's got a point. And from what they did to you, I feel she's atoned for her wrongs by raising this beautiful girl here, which might have been left by you because she came from an egg. I didn't fully understand that part, we were told.
Whether there was some way to link all of these things.
Yeah, she's done better now.
I stopped trying to draw a flowchart.
And
we're all like, flowchart's dead, Trent! Trent, it was just special to you!
She says, yes, I left my innocence behind, and she turned out to be this little girl.
Who has been raised beautifully by the lovely
Her
sick lady.
foster mother.
So
technically she's your mother too!
So you've hatched your innocence as a child. That's a bit odd. Anyone else? Is it me just thinks that's weird?
I got lost halfway through what I was saying.
Yeah, yes, the child is you. No. If someone could do diagrams, I've gained a little bit lost. Trent.
Would you even pay attention to them anyway?
Well, no, but I like the colours you did, and some of the swirls, beautiful. Ida, oh, you're big again. That's strange. You know, talk to the lady.
She has been.
Which one? There are multiple ladies in this room, Tampere. Was there one you specifically wanted me to talk to?
The one that's... I've no idea. I'm sorry. I was hoping that we'd
stop paying attention to
now.
She is the one on the bed, and June's the one that's standing up. She is the sick one. She's not talking too much.
See, we're on the same page, Vera. I understood that the one who's sick can't speak, so it'd be June, obviously.
There you go.
And as soon as you say that, suddenly something goes ding, and Hatdil's tongue goes. Oh my god, he can speak again.
Oh, I thought the toast was done.
Is that a dragon thing? How bizarre.
But the bubbles, not that I know of.
They're great for parties.
I thought you were one of those fairy dragons, for example.
I do have a little set of fairy wings when I'm
okay, let's not talk about that here.
Fairy.
Not in front of the child.
No,
right, because you've eaten part of the you've eaten a part of stale toast, right? And because that toast is stale, it's also coincidentally something the little girl made and also had a little bit of magic in it. And as a result, something weird happens. Famfrey, you grow another pair of legs.
He's technically an insect.
I was saying he's a fairy insect now. Oh god.
It works. It's a good look for you. I mean, like the armor doesn't work so well now because you've kind of busted out of it. I think.
I say this knowing full well that I've got one coming right now as well.
And the armor's in the upper torso.
Okay. You know that's probably
So just more targets is what we're hearing.
Of course. And Trent, unfortunately, you turn into a fluffy bunny rabbit.
There's
a filter for that.
And starts petting you.
And unfortunately, this fluffy bunny rabbit has sharp, pointy teeth. It is a carnivore rabbit.
Oh no! Like the Holy Grail rabbit.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
It's okay. I have a net. And
Where,
a box.
bunny?
I pick my foot.
But yeah, so as all of this is going on, you
Yes,
see
sorry.
June's eyes dart from you to the woman on the bed, and it's like she's half trying to figure out whether she should forgive and forget and move, or if she should just, let this woman just have it, let her revenge take its turn, and
I just
whatever.
gonna put her hand on June's shoulder and just be like, can't change the past, can change the future, and it sounds like you both have the best interest of. And she just casts her eyes down at the little girl. Have her best interests at heart. You wouldn't wish this on anyone today. Why would you wish it on? Why would you let them go on in pain like that?
Right. And
If you want, I can. If it's just a simple curse, I can help. You don't have to make this.
and she says, no, you're right, I'll have to do this. I'll have to do this on my own. She walks up to Gia and she puts her hand on Gia's forehead and mutters and retracts her wish. And at the same time, because Gia is dying from a particular and because Gia is weak and ill, she also heals Gia with her life force, and a glow of light bathes Gia, seeps into her, and Gia arches, but she soon relaxes. And now June is tired, and she stumbles into the other bed, and she falls asleep out of exhaustion. Riley cries with joy and thanks you and thanks June. And for now, it seems as if the situation is resolved. You do not know what might happen though once both women wake up and see each other the following morning, but you are fairly sure that that may be something that you can let them both resolve individually and in private. But the village head walks in, sees you, and she says, oh, thank goodness. So it is all settled then.
Accept our payment.
We can only hope for the best.
And we've got a delightful bunny rabbit for the little girl.
I had a glance at
that's
that
coming
brand.
with us.
Oh,
Sorry, the question is, Velby?
I was in the bunny's coming with us.
Oh, okay. And she looks at the bunny, she's like, it's got sharp, pointy teeth.
Yep, that's me.
And it speaks.
Can I jump onto Thampri's back?
Yep.
oh.
What's
Oh,
up, Duck?
Oh, I needed those fluffy feet for the things. A lucky rabbit's foot. Apparently very good for wordway courses. Oh.
Not sure if he can turn like his torso a full 180 degrees around to get me, but I'm just like sitting on his back.
Ida wanders over to stand near Thambury just exclusively to make sure that she can grab Trent off his back if necessary.
This is fine.
Hadil is going to watch this with great joy because he knows at some point Trent is going to revert back. It's going to be on the middle of his back. This is going to be wonderful to watch. And just, you're right there, little buddy. You enjoy the ride.
To murder a famous phrase, I could be the hare that broke the horse's back.
I am hoping.
But wait, you're a bunny rabbit. I don't get that.
Oh, you will. Don't worry.
That's why it was
very
murdered.
nuanced.
It's one of those ones. It's one of those jokes. It's going to take a little while before you get it, and you will get it.
I'm not weighed down by those opinions.
Yeah.
Let us let these lovely ladies converse, and we'll wander off and get paid, I assume.
I think our work here is done.
Indeed, your work here is done. And the villager takes you to her office, and she dispenses your payment to you, and you receive 3,000 gold for bringing her home, and to be shared amongst all of you anyway, equally. And she invites
Ida
you
draws
to...
a pie chart of how much that is. Not a flow chart, but a pie chart, just to make sure that Trent knows that he's getting an equal part.
Trent does not understand it.
Nope.
No, he doesn't understand flowcharts.
Flowchart.
This is a pie chart.
Pie chart.
Wait a minute. Something
It's not a
new.
presentation. It's a data report, not a presentation.
Different.
A new passion.
Pie.
This was almost worth the emotional and physical trauma.
And the next day, you do stay the night because, of course, it's been a long ordeal for you, and you do stay for free at the local inn. And the next morning, as you pack up ready to leave, you see Rohani and June, actually, and not just both of them, Gia, approach you. It seems that both women have reconciled and their differences and have made amends. And June says, thank you for showing me I have a place here, and I think I have more self-reassurance right now. Thank you so much for helping me keep the domain in one piece as well. Unfortunately, there's no way of going back there now, but I think I'm safe here thanks to you, and I've got her and her mother with me right now, and yeah, I think people will look after me here and treat me better.
I'm so glad we're a shining example of doing the right thing every time.
Ida's just going to glare at Thambury at that particular statement.
And swing around and just give me a broad grin.
And
Your thanks and your money.
Am I to notice again?
I'm
Bit overnight.
really
yes,
liking
you
it.
turn back,
At that moment,
you turn
Trent
back
turns
into
back.
your original form.
Yes.
On your way to the inn, while riding
Nice.
on the back of Thambury.
Thackeray loses his extra legs, and of course, you gave him a big, bad backache that takes
Yes.
more than just one night to resolve.
So like, you get it? Do you get it now?
Back.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Back,
I
of course.
still
Back,
no.
of course.
I don't.
Ah.
I
Of
didn't
course,
think it
Trent's
was.
just being, a pain in the back anyway.
I don't, a total on my back. It doesn't make any sense. Is it a shell joke? I mean, is this a shell game?
Stop being so
it's more-
shellfish, Thambury. It's fine.
It's more of a total body massage.
Oh. No, it's gone past me. Vera, do you understand the word they're coming up with? Could you do me a diagram again?
I don't know if it doesn't feel right now.
Right. Okay. Well, what does this morning bring apart from, joy to the world that we've done so many things?
Oh, cash money. It brought a lot of cash money.
That's right.
And June says, I'm thankful for what you have done, and I do not have need of this right now. She takes off her shawl, or her cloak actually, and she hands it to you, and she says, I can walk freely upon this world without hiding my face. You receive a mantle of spell resistance.
Well, thank you. That's so kind you gave it straight to me.
We absolutely do not let vampires.
Not to you.
No.
If you think you can get past Mo with my sleight of hand, you are very much mistaken.
What
Sorry,
has told you that you're not?
Whom is actually getting the mantle?
Yeah. Who is handed that mantle? Yeah.
I've taken this mantle using sleight of hand, and I'm giving it to Trent because of his love of flowcharts and pie charts. I just felt terrible for him. I don't care about the eye. I'm like, dude, the thing he loved. I love my tail more than anything, and my tail comes up and hugs me, and it's not giving up. I don't know if I could do that.
For flavor purposes, can we say that the mantle has like these embroidered flowcharts on there as decoration?
I like
As soon as you get it, yes.
That's an interesting addition, yeah. So why not? Yeah. But yes, she says, I'll leave it to you to decide whom amongst you will bear this. And she says, and I don't need this as well. It used to be something I hung on to as reassurance of my skill, but I don't need it. I know I have the power. And she hands you a staff of healing.
Magic-y stuff. I don't really do that. Who wants that thing? Anyone want a magic stick?
Ida will take it before Thambury has a chance.
I was handing it out, so I'd have just been polite to ask.
We could definitely use some more possum magic.
I am actually going to give him the 500 gold that I've received as well, because I don't need it. As a little, you seem to now be a family. Here you go. This will help you on your way. Also, possibly hire a bit of a bodyguard if I'm not about to cut someone's face off, should you need it.
Very much appreciated. Thank you.
What do you do with all the faces that you chop off? Do you sew them into a cloak? Do you put them on a mantle? Do you sew them onto someone else's face? I want to explore that a little bit.
No, well, what you do is when you cut someone's face off, you put it up directly in front of the now faceless git who deserved it, and then they can stare at their own smug grin.
Oh, right, and reflect a little bit on the error of themselves.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, and so it is. You've completed the quest. You have saved the little girl, brought her home safe and sound, and you've helped someone realize that they do have a place in the world despite what the world does to them, and that they're worth it. And you've helped forge a reconciliation process as well. So there you go. And in the matter of 2 years, even though it takes it takes a while for the town for the village folk to accept her, June manages to climb up the ranks and become the deputy. So you got a happy ending, and yeah.
Hooray! We did it.
We did it, JGW stream, and got through the whole adventure.
We got through, and I didn't get to blow anything up. This feels really
I didn't have
weird.
to heal a single person.
I didn't have to kill a single person.
No combat. Yeah. No combat run.
We pacifist run. We came close a couple of times.
Yeah. No.
I was so ready to unleash a demon.
I was ready to blow up a demon. No demon. I'll just have to save the explosives for next time.
We got out there by the hair on our chin.
Or the hair on the horse.
Yeah, so...
Oh, dear.
Thank you for running the session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
thank you very much for joining me with this run, and I hope we've raised some cash for the needy, and I think our chosen charity would be Beyond Blue for this particular run, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope everyone had a good time and is entertained by the antics of everyone at the table.
Shall we go once more around?
I think we should. That feels like a thing we should do.
All right. Okay. In terms of, I'm sorry, I am unfamiliar with the end process on this. And oh my goodness. Oh.
Oh no! I've been dropping puns in the chat, and I thought I was going to get away with it. No!
Oh no!
No.
One more surge.
You walk out of this village, and as you step into your next adventure, something tells you that something's coming.
Something wicked this way comes. Oh no.
Something's coming. I don't care. I don't know. Boom.
Boom.
There is an explosion.
Oh no!
Do I TPK the party just at the minute? The last minute?
Oh, but what happened was Ida had the biggest fart and something exploded.
Sorry,
I think she's broken something.
It was the being a possum. I ate not my normal diet.
Did you nibble on the plants in that like?
Look, there was a flower. It fell when I possumed. It was right there, and it was delicious. And clearly, it did not agree with my lower intestine. I'm so sorry.
Neither did the wall of the house, which is now gone.
Well, maybe we just, hey guys, you like me, right? Like we could just stick around and help, like rebuild it, and like,
or we could cheese it.
Or we could cheese it.
Interestingly enough, whatever that is left of this explosion, there's a scent. There's a scent of onion and stale cheese and whatever it is that's absolutely filthy.
Please tell me that explosion didn't kill the people we just rescued. This
was on your way.
Oh, thank you guys for that.
You're out in the wilderness.
Who made the joke about possum magic?
We've saved you, beautiful village, and now we've just murdered everyone while leaving exit.
No, but you didn't murder 2 colonies of, what should I say?
No, you've killed off the realm.
Bacteria, because it was so foul they just could not exist.
Yeah. Oh no, we blew up an orphanage.
Again. Ida.
Look, I can go back. I can revivify. I can look up. No, we're not.
The species has gone from being rare to extinct. Well done. You're the cleric. You've got your staff of healing. Off you go.
All right. She pulls out the staff of healing she's just received. And starts just trying her darndest to revive, knowing full well that if they're gone and they're bacteria, they're gone. There's not a lot she's going to be able to do.
They're not coming bacteria.
They're not coming bacteria.
No. Whatever it is that you've eaten, it's clearly antibacterial.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you very much for joining all of us tonight, and we shall go around the group with a farewell message, beginning with Baron Snow.
Oh, I'm blimey. Thank you everyone. For letting me take part in the chaos. It's been Jasper's game day. Thank you to everyone in chat who've been donating. I am Nick, more commonly known as Baron Snowhand, and you find me a member of the Band of Badgers. You will find RPG Badgers. Hunt us down, track us, blow us up, come and have a bit of fun. Chaos will always ensue. Thank you all.
Thank you. And Madeline.
Thanks. I've really enjoyed being a part of this session. It's my first Jasper's game day, and I only started streaming recently with Raging Rolls. So you should check out those guys if you love chaos, because we do a lot more chaos and usually a lot more murder. Like, this was really like pacifist for me, and I was trying something a little bit new, trying to be a good guy for once. And it was really awesome. So thank you to everyone that was in the chat donating to a charity, and a series of charities that is close to heart for quite a lot of us in the community. We We really appreciate the time that you've spent with us here today. It's been a number of hours, so the commitment's really good. Yeah, thanks.
Right. It's
Shu, thank you so much for running this and keeping us in some semblance of order and actually completing an adventure. It was amazing. It was really beautifully done. So I know this is your first Jasper's game day, so that was absolutely amazing. To the rest of this amazing cast for putting up my shenanigans and blind arrogance. You did a remarkable job putting me back in my box repeatedly. So thank you so much for that. The chat, you can all get stuffed because I'm not in the next game. Oh, wait, I am.
Oh, wait,
what an idiot.
In chat.
Yeah.
Get him.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to be someone else in the next game. I'll be completely lovely in that one. To everybody in chat that's donated, whether it be their time, their money, or just their shenanigans, thank you so much. I mean, this is all part of a community that we do these things for. And as Shu and the rest of the folks already said, we're actually helping people we don't know. And that's one of the most beautiful things about this one. So it's been really, really, A, hilarious, B, massively degrading to me as a human being crushed as Thampri all the time. But it was so much fun. Thank you so much. Back to you, Shu.
Thank you very much. Kate.
I'm Kate. I hang out on the Dungeons and Doctorates social medias and our podcasts and things like that. I'm normally not a streamer, but, occasionally, on occasion. I just want to say thank you to the team at Meeples and Dragons, as well as everyone else behind the scenes, from everyone from Ardent, everyone behind the scenes working on Jasper's Game Week Aussie Edition and Jasper's Game Day in general, because without people who do all the organizing, we don't get to play, and that goes for DMs, other players. We all give up our time to do this because we love it and we think it's important. So thank you, chat, for throwing money at me, even if it's a last-minute giant fart. That's fine. It is what it is. We do it because we love it. We roll with the punches. And, you can't punish me anymore because my games are over.
Thank you. Beccs.
Again, I'm Beccs, Beck Boops everywhere. Thank you for having me. This is my third year of doing Jasper's Game Week. Started with the pandemics when I actually started playing D&D as well, and it's been absolutely wonderful time. Thank you to everyone who helps put it on. I repeat everything Kate just said. Yeah.
Thank you. And NVCDM.
Thank you so much. I've been NVCDM. Thank you, first of all, to Shu for letting me play out what turned out to be one of the most emotional characters of the week, and bringing all the feels. Thank you so much for that. This is my last game for Jasper's Game Week. I'm not in the next one, so it was a wonderful note to end my streak on. Thank you so much to Meeples and Dragons, Ardent Roleplay, who are doing all of the technical stuff in the background to keep these streams running smoothly. Fantastic efforts from all of them. My fellow cast members, thank you so much. This was great fun once again for those I'm playing with for the first time and those I've played with already this week. You've been brilliant. Thank you so much again to everyone in chat, everyone who has donated. You guys are the real heroes of all of these stories, making this happen. Looking at the total, I think we are just a wee bit over $500 before we hit $8,000. So let's try and make that happen in the next game. I think that would be absolutely superb if we could pull that off.
Yeah.
But thank you all again so much. I've been NVCDM. You can find me on Twitter at that NVCDM, on Instagram at NVC_DM, or on twitch.tv/NVCDM. Thank you once again.
All right, and thank you, everyone. And I'd like to thank everyone at Ardent and, oh my goodness, Meeples, was it? I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, Meeples and Dragons.
Meeples and Dragons, that's it. Thank you so much, both of you. Without all your assistance in organizing and setting this up, this would not have happened. This is my first ever Jasper's Game Day performance, and my first time streaming as well. I am, yes, a stream virgin up until recently. So this has been an awesome experience, and I'm so glad to have all of you at my table today. It's been a pleasure and an honor having you and playing with you. And thank you so much to everyone on chat and everyone who's donated. your contributions mean a lot to changing the world to make it a better place. And also kudos to Jasper's Game Week, Jasper's Game Day people. Without them, this would not have happened. And I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. You may find me at the I of Qing. I write adventures, and I'm also the admin of the Fantasy Grounds Pickup Games Discord server. So, yeah, may the dice forever roll in your favor, everyone. Thank you once again.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you, Rob.
Bye, thanks.
Hey.